Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 34 of the World Tour at Sport Boys in Peru, and today we begin the new season. Now before we do this, I just want to take a quick minute. I did a video yesterday sort of about the future of the channel, so if you're wondering why there's ads, things like that, go and have a look at that. But on that note, I just want to have a big thank you to start things off to Jamie Stefanovic, my first ever Patreon donator or follower or supporter, whatever you want to call it. So thank you so much, that means a lot. If you are interested in the Patreon, it's linked down in the description, but that's the last that I will mention of that. Now, as I said, it's the start of a brand new season, so let's have a look at what our expectations are. Finish around the top of the league of the Copa Movistar. Excellent. I love a non-vague goal. Perfect. The Torneo thing that we start with here is to reach the final. Again, fantastic. And be competitive in the Libertadores. I hope to do a little bit more than that. Now, speaking of the Libertadores, we have already had the draw. Let's go and have a look at how that went. Alright, it is time for the Libertadores group stage draw. Now, we learnt last year it's an open draw, so it says we're seeded first, but really everybody's seeded first. Don't let that give you any false hope. Alright, so let's just automatic draw and see where we end up here. I guess much like last year, really, we just like to try and avoid a Brazilian and an Argentine club in the group. We saw last year it was very tough to get out when that was the situation. Yeah, I mean, we can see the groups that we'd like to get so far. I mean, there's winners of playoffs that are being drawn, which is why there's some empty-looking ones there. Grêmio's in there. There's a Brazilian team, so that's two groups now that have a guaranteed Brazilian or Argentine club. None, as of yet, that have a guaranteed two, though. It's another one, of course, that's Sao Paulo, who we had last year, another Brazilian team, and another Brazilian team. Well, you're going to get at least one, aren't you? I tell you what, if we could get Group A, the way that's shaping up, I would take that and run. This is nervy. We could come out at any moment. At any moment we could come out here. Millonarios, Fluminense. So there's a double. That's a double group now as well. That Atlético Nacional, we had them last year and we beat them. Group A, please, Group A game. No. Oh, it's tough. All right. Where are we going to come out here? There it is. There it is. So I tell you what. We've got a Uruguayan team, ourselves, and a playoff winner. Now, I wonder if we can find out who is in playoff. So it's playoff round game 3. So I wonder if it's going to tell us what game is which. It's probably not going to do that, is it? Well, I guess we'll find out when the playoffs are done who we get, but if we can get back to the group. So it is a Uruguayan team who I would back us to beat, to be honest. An unhappy player there. Is that someone we want to poach? No, it doesn't look like it is. We'll take that. Now, who is this? Is that Palmeiras? So a storied Brazilian club. Wonder why they're in red and not green. Might be a copyrighty issue thingy. Now, is this Vinicius that we had? No, it's not Vinicius that we had in at... where were we? Shenzhen. Yeah, it just depends who this fourth team is. But if it's not a Brazilian or Argentine club, well, it won't be a Brazilian team. It has to be an Argentine club. We've got to be a chance, don't we, of getting out of that group. I'd love to get out of the group. But anyway, we'll see how we go when the group stage games get underway. Now, you can see in the season preview here of the Copa Movistar, we are fourth favourites to win it, given that we're back-to-back champions. Maybe a little bit harsh there, but we're in the conversation, which is good, isn't it? Now, the dream team, Salinas is the goalkeeper. Now, if you've watched last episode, the transfer special, you'll know that he's probably not going to be with us so much longer, unfortunately. Emerson's in there as well, but surprisingly, they are the only players that we have in the dream team. I would have thought, yeah, I don't know. I would have thought maybe we've got somebody else in there, but that's okay. We don't need that sort of recognition, do we? We're the better team. We don't need the individual stars. Now, speaking of the transfer special, last episode, we'll have a quick look at where we find ourselves here. Now, if it's we did the transfer special last episode, so go back and watch that if you want to see how we got to these situations. The big headline news is Alisson Veiga, our superstar, left the club. He had a £1 million release fee, and basically he got triggered. So he's off, along with a couple of backups, Martinez, Avocado, and Zubiata was probably a bigger departure. 150 grand for someone that I don't think we were going to use was quite good, though. The new signings, we have Pedro de la Cruz, we picked up on a free from rivals Alianza Lima. I think he'll do a good job for us in midfield. Willy Vega, we picked up on a free as well. Again, I think this is a sneaky little signing here. 23-year-old midfielder. Again, I think a bargain. Mako, this is one for the future. Brazilian fullback. He may or may not have come off. He's not registered in the squad, though, so we won't see him this year. Severia, this is our first attempt to replace Vega. Argentinian striker, quite good. Has done well in pre-season, to be honest, but I didn't really think we had replaced him properly, so I went out and tried again, and we got Uriel Rojas in, and this guy is much more like it. The physical stats are much more like Vega was. He's got good finishing as well, left-footed, which helps. So I think we've done well to replace him. And then Jonathan Lopez, a backup left wing back or full back. Again, really good physicals, not that far off. I mean, we don't really have any technically good attacking fullbacks anyway. So I think he could actually find himself challenging, if not surpassing, Cosio as first choice left back. So that's the transfers. What do we want to have a look at now? Let's have a look at how pre-season went. You can see we did okay. A couple of dodgy results in there, but for the most part, lots of goals and green dots, which we like. First up was against Sport Rosario. We won this 4-0, as you can see. 2 goals from Placido, 2 goals from Julio Ramos. Job done there. By Senaniel, or however you pronounce that, we were really poor in this game. Just could not get anything going, which was a little bit of a surprise. Lanouche, I should probably look at my notes for this, shouldn't I? This was an even game. We were a little bit unlucky to lose this, to be honest. Emerson and Castro got the goals for us. We were 2-1 up for a while, and in the second half they kind of ran over the top of us. Then we started to play really, really well. Independiente del Valle. Now, I think this is a Ecuadorian team, if I remember correctly. Servia got his first goal for the club, along with Huapawa, one of our left wingers, and Holasco. So a good, solid 3-1 win there. Colo Colo, a big Chilean club, and we absolutely smashed them. It was 4-0. Uriel Rojas, Sevilla again, along with Fernando Perez, and Elias snatching up with a goal there late in the day as well. And then we played Club Cienciao. These guys aren't the strongest, and we beat them quite comfortably. Again, Sevilla, Rojas with goals, along with Rolando Castro. Now let's warm up for the new season. Let's have a look back on some of those best goals from pre-season. So just the one game today. We'll get the season underway against Universidad Cesar Vallejo with all the other stuff that come with the start of a season. I don't want the episode to drag on too long here. So let's have a look at the team we're sending out for our first game. Now, with Salinas, he's still at the club. We haven't sold him yet, but he's essentially gone. I don't see a point in playing him for one last game. We are away from home in any case. So we're going to go with the new youngster, the Wonder Kid, Roberto Parodi. He's really good, potentially even better perhaps than Salinas. So we'll get him in there, 16, see what he can do. We are going to go with Lopez, starting off the season at left back. I just think he's physically quite good, so he'll do a job there for us. Big Willie D, he gets the nod to start the season at the centre back, along with Big Emo as well. Really happy we kept him. MLS didn't end up coming in for him, which was good. And he goes at right back, solid as always. I think he was actually Peruvian Player of the Year last year, wasn't he? So he is going to do a job for us there. Liate, he keeps his spot as a deep line playmaker, an absolute physical specimen. So he'll get around midfield for us. And next to him is Miguel Martinez. Did really, really well for us when we needed him last year. Right side wing, we're going to start with Galindo because why not, basically? I want to try and get him in the team. So we'll start with him there. Fry goes as the advanced playmaker. He was amazing for us at times last year. Really carried us. So we're going to get him in there to start the season off. And Rojas, the new Vega, can he match the goals? Would he end up with 17, 18 goals last year? So hopefully he'll get close to that goal tally. And then Surveyor, we're going to stick him up front. As you saw, he did score goals in pre-season, so hopefully he will continue on that vein now the games get competitive. And on the bench to start with, our backup goalkeeper, he's destined to be number 2 forever at this club, I think. Marcus Ramos, he's on the bench. Tassio, he can sort of fill in at centre-back. He can fill in at sort of as an anchor man. But we're going to leave him on the bench for this one. You can see he's not quite match sharp. He did have an injury in pre-season as well. Cosio, back up left back, can also play in the middle in the central defence if we need him to. So he's on the bench there, as is Bizu. Just an option, we need an option at right back as well. Just trying to cover defensively because he has some versatile attacking players. So Pedro de la Cruz is on the bench. We might try and give him a debut this game if we can. Placido comes in as well as an attacking option. And we also have Rolando Castro on the bench. Unlucky not to start this one, but we're giving the new boy Surveyor the go. So a little bit defensive here against us. Respect, early season respect. I like that. You can see we have 4 debutants in our team today. Just the one for them. So we may be a little bit slow to get sort of the gel going and playing our best football. But we'll see how we go here. What do we say? Just go out there and enjoy yourselves today, I think, boys. First game of the season. Some passion that we have faith. I'm really, really curious to see how Parati does in goal. 16, you never know how it could go. He's probably going to be inconsistent if we're honest. He's not going to be brilliant every game. But he's potentially, as I said, as good, if not better, than Salinas was. So I'm hoping he'll just be solid for us. That's kind of all we need for him this season. Just come up big in Europe for us, in South American football, in the Libertadores, and we'll be happy. Not too much there, a bit of a scrappy kickoff highlight. Otherwise, I don't think Big Willie D will be first choice. Tassio will tend to be big first choice at centre-back. But, as I said, just not quite matched up for this one. That's because of that injury in pre-season. Here's a chance. Latte with the ball. Cross field. That's nice over there for Lopez. Lopez in for Rojas. What can he do? He dinks one. Back post. It's Fry. It's Fry again. And Fry gets our first goal of the year. Vasco Fry. 11 minutes in. Almost to the second. And we have taken the lead through Vasco Fry. It was a nice back-to-back, wasn't it? One wing to the other. Lopez, look at Rojas, finding some space out there. We are still teaching him that winger role. Good, and look at that ball from Galindo. Fry, second time of asking as well. Nice to see Galindo actually getting an assist, because he's not naturally a right winger either. We are kind of just pigeonholing players into where I sort of like them to play right now, rather than where they actually are best at playing. It's a little bit of trying to get my best players on the field in positions that they're kind of comfortable in. So, yeah, that tends to go badly, doesn't it, in real life? I've fallen into the trap, so we'll see how it goes. They've responded well to that goal, though, haven't they? We haven't really seen much else from us. We haven't seen much else from anybody, really, at this point, but that's all okay. Match ratings aren't the best. Surveyor's not having his best debut, is he? But you know what? It's the Torneo. It's just about getting points on the board, isn't it? Trying to get into the final if we can. We'll give it a... What do we say to this? Things are going well. You're capable of better. I like that. Let's get some passionate... We have faith going here. Anybody that's not playing well, we will look to tell them that they can do better. But otherwise, we just want to try and motivate these guys and send them back out there to see out this win. As I said, first game of the year, we're not going to be at our best in terms of players gelling, because as I said, we do have a few new players out there as well. So yeah, if we can get wins on the board nice and early, that is what it's all about, isn't it? That'll help morale then as well. Give the players a bit of extra confidence. Fry's ambitious to try and dribble through the holes. It was like FIFA, that one, wasn't it, from the kickoff? Let's give it maybe a show some passion. We're looking motivated, but we'll try and fire him up a little bit more there. Fry's on a booking. Now we do have Placido on the bench we can bring on for him. The one good thing we do have with sort of our front four right now is that pretty much all of them can play in a second position. So what that means is that on the bench I don't have to necessarily worry about having sort of wingers available, because we can stick Fry on the left, Sevilla can go out on the right, Galindo can go up front. We're really versatile up there. This is good. Emerson! No! Emerson's Rojas! Debut goal! He's stolen it from Emerson, but that's all right. 1-0. 2-0. 1 goal underway now for Rojas. He's the new Alisson Vega. Is that the first of many? Let's hope so. Let's really, really hope so. It was a quality ball in from Andia. Emerson with the flicker at the near post. And Rojas, was it going in anyway? The keeper may have saved that, so it was probably a good thing that he did get a hand on it, I hope he didn't get a head on it, just to knock it past the goalkeeper there. Now, Fry on a booking I start to look at and think maybe we could do something about that. Let's see now, we do have some tied players. Let's try and get Tassio on here and get a little bit of fitness into his legs. Surveyor hasn't really done it, if we're honest, has he? So let's take him off. Let's bring Castro on, and we'll try and get a debut out of the way for De La Cruz as well. We'll bring him on for Martinez. Excellent stuff. Triple sub. Let's throw out a little bit of praise. I think we've earned it at this point. It's just 5 or so minutes to go here. Let's not throw this away. We do have a nasty habit of throwing away results, don't we? I forgot about that. Oh no, what is that defending? Oh, what a save from Parati. There was any questions he wasn't going to be a Salinas. Hopefully he just put them to bed right there and then. That was a stunning save. Alright, from the corner. Let's do a little bit of concentrating here, please, boys. Come on, let's get a block in. Made them go back out wide, and that's the end of the highlight. That's good defending. I like that. I like what I'm seeing so far this year. All right, let's nick this and get a third. Let's put this game to bed once and for all here. Still time to go. This is just about to go into stoppage time here, so about 4 minutes. If they were to get one, it does start to get a little bit nervy, doesn't it? Liate's over there. Can he get a tackle in? Not really, but that's okay. Just holding them up, holding them up. Back four looks relatively good. There is an extra man over there, though, which is a little bit worrying. But they continue to go back. This is becoming a long highlight. Andia wins ahead for Liate. Can we spring a counter-attack here? Liate picks a cracking ball. Look at that for Rojas. That's stunning. What can Rojas do now? What can Rojas do? It's blocked. It's going to fall, though, for Lopez. Lopez on the boo. It's bouncing around in there. Fry still has the ball. It's like a magnet. Lopez. Back for Liate. This is patient. I like it. Andia. Can we get a quality ball in? Oh, we can! Oh, what a strike from Rolando Castro! That's stunning! Absolutely stunning! Castro's underway in the first game of the year as well, but what about the ball in? And the power on that, I assume was a volley from Castro, was absolutely stunning. It was a really, really well-worked goal, wasn't it? We defended well, we won the ball back, we counter-attacked, we stayed patient, and look at that. That's absolutely stunning from Rolando Castro. Stand and applaud, that is absolutely amazing. What a way to start the season. A 3-0 win. Is this going to be the beginning of something special for us? I hope this is a big year for us, to be honest. Ball comes in, hacked clear by De La Cruz as well. This should be it now. We're over the 3 minutes that we were promised. And, oh, look at that. Straight passing. Look, it's not even there. That's a really, really good start to the season. If you have enjoyed that, boys, make sure you hit thumbs up. And if you are new, please do subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. Let's go, a passionate, very well done. I'm really, really happy with that for a first game of the year. You know, we've got some debuts out of the way, some first goals out of the way as well. The only downside, really, was Surveyor. Really, he didn't play well, did he? He wasn't involved at all. But otherwise, that is an absolutely stunning, stunning start to the season. Now, that is it for today, though, guys. As I said, just the one game. What we'll do is we'll come back tomorrow when we have the first game of the Libertadores. Now, as you saw, we did have sort of a playoff winner. Now, if we go back to last season, the first game in the Libertadores was towards the end of February. So I'm thinking we'll come back sort of, again, towards the end of February. And as I said, I don't know who our first game is going to be against yet. That'll depend on who wins the playoff and sort of the draw will be made from there. But that's all for tomorrow, though, guys. As I said, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do hit thumbs up. If you're new, welcome, and make sure you subscribe. And until tomorrow, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.